Hello, this
All
is
right.
Sharina.
Hey Sharina. How you doing? We're
Hey,
just getting on the live. It just loaded up right now, so we should be good to go. So how are you doing today?
doing good.
That's great. How's everything over there? You're calling from
Good.
Texas.
It's good. Crazy weather like always.
Oh yeah. So for everybody that's gonna get online, uh your Instagram Indian Princess .x is your Instagram. Hold on one second. So where about in Texas are you?
Midland, Texas. It's like oil field, rig city, they call it.
Oh yeah. And so how's everything over there with all this lockdown stuff?
Well, with the economy over here, people make their money with the oil rig. So with everything happening, like a lot of people are losing their jobs. Like all the oil field companies are like shutting down,
Mhm.
layoffs. So that's doing a lot of hits here at home.
Yeah.
I work at a pediatric office, so that's affected us because majority of our patients are also families.
That's the thing. I mean, everything's it's just unfortunately almost to a standstill. What can we do?
Yeah, it's like a cycle. It affects everybody somehow.
Oh yeah. Um. So this all pretty much kicked in like right before the Torres show. Were you gonna go to
Mm-hmm.
that?
Yeah, we were planning to and everything. I already had my outfit, and just like from one day to the next, it changed. Like I was actually on vacation with my kids. I took them to Disneyland for spring break, and I mean, we were seeing the news, but it wasn't like bad. Like it wasn't how it is now.
Yeah.
And then coming back, I think we were driving back on Tuesday. I would hear like the news, and then by end of the week, I mean, it was just like, you know, the news was going crazy, the president, everything. And then I was like, oh shoot, the car show is like coming weekend in Dallas.
Yeah.
And that was just crazy, like how like Dallas started saying like the mayor over there was saying it dropped, I think, from 250 people, and then it dropped down. Like you couldn't have this many. Like the numbers started just decreasing,
Yeah.
like almost every other day. So yeah, that was canceled, and I was really looking forward to it because I see all my car club people, my friends, and photographers, and so it was very disappointing. I was like, dang.
Yeah, I know. I waited. The whole thing is, I wanted to go there. I was waiting and waiting and waiting to confirm, like to get my press passes and or my press pass and to go. I had been trying to get back and forth with Torres and his people. Finally, they said okay. So then I booked my flight, everything, and it was kind of last minute. Like I probably booked it maybe less than 2 weeks before the show, and like I said, it just happened, and I was like, oh, I had all my gear in my car. I was gonna fly out the next day. It was gonna be like just go hit the show and then come back home, and it was just gonna be a new experience. I know a lot of people in Texas that asked me to come out there and cover their shows, and so in general, it was like a big old disappointment because it's not necessarily the flight or anything, but just in general, just going. Just
Something different, and then being in Texas. Yeah, that car show I did last year,
mhm.
and it's amazing. It's huge. Like I could not even get everywhere because it's so huge, indoor, outdoor. Like it's so many people put in their lowriders. It's like I was so looking forward to it. I was like, make sure I'm gonna have my tennis shoes because at the end you can't even walk because there's so much walking. Like it's so I was like really looking forward to it. I was like, dang.
I guess that's right. They say everything's bigger in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could tell the disappointment. You're like, oh,
I guess because I live here, so I'm like,
yeah, it's all right, huh?
I know everyone gets confused. They think I live in Arizona or California, and I'm like, no, I'm a Texas girl, born and raised.
Yeah, there you go. So, how long have you been in the modeling game? How long have you been doing this for?
I've been back at it like heavy about a few years ago, like about 4 years ago.
Hmm.
So, and then I just been like nonstop. So it's like I love it. Like it's fun. I love meeting with people. I love meeting with other models, other photographers, people in general. Like I'm a people person. So like I just, I love it.
And yeah, we've crossed paths somewhat, and then it's just like hectic. And I think the only time I really got pictures of you was at the Vegas Super Show last year, which is the
Yeah.
ones I use to promote and stuff. And then, um, hey, you want to tell? Remember, I had just taken some pictures of you. You were in the pinup with the skirt. You want to tell the story about what happened after that?
Oh, with the outfit.
Yeah, the outfit.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I I usually get my outfits from Fashion Nova or from Divine Elegance out here in Odessa, Texas. Well, I happened to get these outfits from another boutique.
Hmm.
I won't say the name, but oh my gosh, it was so crazy and embarrassing. I was actually shooting for a car with the car club, and I was in the car when I was bending over. The skirt ripped, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So the car club guys, they were so humble. They were like, "Hey," they helped me to the restroom. They covered me from behind, like to walk me.
Hmm.
The skirt like tore. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Thank God the restroom was right by there where I was modeling. And then I was switching out into another skirt in the restroom. Same thing again, another skirt from that boutique. I
Hmm.
was like, "Are you kidding me?" Thank God for us girls keeping bags
Yeah.
because I had to switch into like some shorts and a crop top. But I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, imagine if someone would have got those pictures. It would
Oh
have been
yeah.
like a meme.
Oh yeah.
But they were so cool. Like there was one guy trying to take a picture, and that car club guy was like, "Hey, like, no, that's not cool for a letter." But I mean, I was like, it happens. So, and we joked about it because I was sponsored with Bajitos Car Club from Las Vegas. That's what sponsored me.
Yeah.
So when I went back to the booth, I told them what happened, and they were just like, "Are you serious? Just now? Like just now? Like I went to go get change, and this happened like just now." And they're just like, "Yeah," I'm like tripping out, like, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I was just like, "I am never ever shopping at that boutique again. Not once, but twice." And they're like, "Thank God you had your backpack." I'm like, "Yeah, thank God too."
Yeah. That's
But
crazy.
it was
Yeah.
fun. Vegas was fun. Besides that little part.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I drove out there. It was yeah, I drove a 12-hour drive and I went, and that was a last minute thing too. And but yeah, it was busy, but it was better than the year before, I thought. And then it just yeah, it was pretty busy show.
Yeah, it was a lot of people, so it was a good turnout. I had fun. So that was like my second time being there. So and hopefully, I don't know how it's gonna be in the next month or what. But I was looking forward to that one too. I was like, dang. So it's like, right now you can't plan anything because we don't know, like, what's the next steps or when they're gonna lift things. So it's like it's hard to plan anything. It's been just like canceling everything pretty much lately.
Yeah, I mean, in some news things, they're saying there's not going to be any major events when it comes down to like even sports until like next year. So I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, either we're going to have to just
Yeah,
face it and deal with it and see how it goes or what. So from that
yeah.
point,
It's kind of like, yeah, I look at it like we're just taking a long recess and taking a break from our crazy busy life and just being home with their family more and spending more time with their loved ones
Yeah, I
and
think
making the best out of it.
I think a lot of that has to do with, just I think what I've been keep saying over and over again is that we start appreciating some of these things that we didn't appreciate before, and with it,
Yeah,
whether it be family or the events, the car shows and everything, all the work and stuff, all these promoters and I don't know if their insurance, they got to give them the money back. All these pre-regs, all that stuff is gonna affect everybody. So,
yeah.
was there any other shows or events you were planning on going to this year?
Yes, I was planning in April to do the first Chola Vida conference. They had messaged me about if I would like to be a guest, and I was honored. I was like, heck yeah! And these were gonna be like all different cholas from all over the nation, like coming together, and it was gonna be cool. It was gonna be the first annual. It was
Mhm.
gonna be out there in California, the same weekend as Chicano Park. So it was working out perfect. I was like, heck yeah, I want to do that, and then that weekend hit up Chicano Park,
Yeah.
So we were looking forward to it. I was so excited. I was like, heck yeah, I love meeting other models, other women that are in the industry, just, like meeting people. That's me. Like, I love meeting other people. So I was looking forward to it. So that was that. I was like, dang, like I was really looking forward to
Oh,
going and
yeah. I think this year, I don't know, for some reason, I mean, this year it seemed like everything was gonna start rolling a certain way, like everything was going in a positive, and then this just
yeah,
happened. Like I had so much plans to go out and do different events and try to be even different from the last couple years, and even like Mexico got moved. I was supposed to go to that. Um, Chicano Park is the big one that everybody's like, oh man, because everybody was gonna. I just everybody. I had like a couple. Let's see, about four of us that were all gonna take the same flight out there for the day, and and then even either other people that were gonna drive out there that were our friends were gonna meet. And I've been telling people about it. I'm like, well, if you're gonna go, if you haven't gone, then go to this one. And yeah, lately it's just it's the biggest shows. It's probably some of the biggest events that were gonna be better than last year. All are getting hit by this.
yeah. And
So
it's sad people put so much time and work, like in the lowriders, they look forward to this, that's their pride, their excitement, us models, we look forward to that, like getting to dress up models for these badass lowriders, so it's like, it sucks. It was like, dang.
yeah, exactly. Um, So let me see here. So anything else you want to know? I mean, you want to tell anybody about yourself? Something, um, maybe just modeling or what you have in
Yeah.
store or what you wanted to have in store for this year.
But yes, I model. I do work like full time at a pediatrician office. I do that.
Hmm.
I've been there for like 7.5 years since I moved back to Midland, and I love it. And it's something like I love doing in the medical field. And then getting to model extra, that's like an extra bonus. So it's so much fun. Like it's like I have both worlds.
Yeah.
I have a career and I have my modeling. I have my 3 kids. I have 3 teenagers, and I get a kick out like sometimes on my comments or messages like that cannot be your daughter, and I'm like that's my teenager.
Oh
Those
wow.
are my babies. It's like it's just we take care of ourselves. Just you know, thank God for my mom's genes. So it's like I'm a mom. I am in a relationship. I have a boyfriend. Like I started seeing back in October, and that's like an extra bonus. So I'm real happy. He supports me a lot too. So that brings a lot with our relationship. That he supports me a lot what I do and everything. And he started going with me to the car shows, and he was liking it. It was like different for him, but he was just like he was liking it. He was like getting used to it. And I was excited for him, like, go to tours with me, go to the one in Chicano Park. It's like a vacation at the same time, too.
Yeah.
When you get to travel, it's like, so I was like, oh, man, because I love traveling. I'm always somewhere. So now having to be home and only like go to work and come home, it's a big, a big change, but it's what it is right now. And yeah, all I can say is like with girls that wanting to like model, I do get messages,
Hmm.
asking and everything, and they get in that fear, like, well, what if people don't like me? I always tell the girls, message me or girls I've talked to,
Yeah,
don't care what other people think. You do what makes you happy. Not everybody's gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna like your style. Not everyone's gonna like you. It's life. That's how this world is. But you
exactly.
do what makes you happy. And it's like be a people person and stay humble. Don't get it up in your head. Don't be stuck up about it. You know, like just always just be. I always say be humble. Just stay humble in the game. Just stay humble because as the way you got in, as fast as you got in, the way you can just get out of it. You know, but and I
Exactly.
always tell them also is if you post a picture that a photographer shot you, with, please tag them, give them credit. It's
Yeah.
easy for a model to like get those likes and like that picture will get like
Yeah.
people
That,
will be
that
sharing it, reposting it, but give the credit to the photographer. Tag them. For
mhm.
photographer, put that little camera symbol on your post, like on Instagram, Facebook. Like
Yeah.
me, I know you've seen my pages, my Instagram, my Facebook. You'll see me. I'm always like, shout out to this photographer. I put the photographer's name on the bottom, but give the photographer credit for that shoot.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like,
A lot of times I tell people it's like they don't. No one cares about the photographer. They care about the model. But
mm-hmm,
what it comes down to is that if people are smart, they follow the photographers, and then they see all the different. They see more pictures, or they find other models, people that want to follow all that.
yeah,
The
yeah,
There's a question for you. I have the live feed here on the YouTube channel, and there's a live comment feed. And what made you decide on modeling? That's one of the questions I'm getting from
yeah.
Eric.
Well, I've always done it. I stopped and gone, like, I stopped because of my kids having babies and everything, and I got
Hmm.
back on it heavy um, when something personally happened to me, and my self esteem was real low. I wasn't. I was very negative, very not someone that I am now. I was
Hmm.
not proud what I was, and I was not like being drunk or drugs, nothing like that. But I was going through a very hard depression. So, like getting back into the game when a photographer asked me out from San Angelo, Texas, Fernando Bionda, he
Hmm.
asked me if I would like to shoot at a car show, and I was like, oh, I don't think I have it. I have kids now. I'm like older. He's like, come on. I went out and we were shooting at that car show, and I didn't realize how much I missed it. I was just like, wow, like my confidence just came back up.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like the love, the respect that I had, and then from there it was just like bookings after that. And then when I did the one in Arizona, Super Car Show, that's where it just like I got blessed. Like it just hit off so quick
Yeah.
after that. So it happened so fast. Like I was just doing it, it's like just to get my self esteem, dress up, get out. Because I was so depressed. I was always at home, and I was going through a lot. And when Fernando Dianda hit me up about how about to shoot, um, it just like it went from all right, let's shoot that one day, okay,
Yeah.
and it just launched off to now. It's like that I'm so happy. Like I don't regret it, and I'm just like I'm very blessed where I'm at, and I hope to get more. I would love to in the future do like a clothing line. Help us like well, I already help other girls. I'll have girls
Yeah.
that message me like, hey, what photographers? Or they'll message, this photographer? I'm like, yeah. And I'm always that's one thing. I'm not a hater. Like if a girl tells me, hey, what car show should I do? Can I go with you? Man, I'm like, yeah, just let me know. You know, be at this hotel. I'll be at or meet me at the car show. You know,
Yeah.
I can introduce you to photographers, and I've done that with quite a bit of girls that are now like in the game. Like they're getting big exposures, and I'm just like, oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. I mean,
that's like,
exactly.
you know,
You got to be
there's enough
happy for
for
people. I mean,
Yeah,
and
because
there's
there's
enough to go
enough.
around.
Like,
Yes, like you were saying.
yeah, that's what I always say is there's enough for everyone. So, eventually one day I'll stop, and if it makes the girl feel good, like, getting to dress up and having fun and taking those shits, go for it.
Yeah, exactly. The another question is it always been low riding for you? Like for your modeling, for your interest? Do you do any other shows like hot rod events or anything like that?
I've done majority is lowriders.
Hmm.
So I've done music videos. I've done those. I've done like private shoots, but like it was lowrider that I was doing a lot. But I've been pushing a lot too on like shoots. I was planning up with the goal this year was to hit up more like private shoots.
Yeah.
So for now, like me not able to travel, that had to be I can't do that. I'm limited of like shoot. You can't be anywhere. So
Yeah, that's the like I said, that's the one thing right now. And um have you watched any of the other live interviews that I've done? Or you haven't?
I've been watching I've been watching yours from like Instagram, and then I go to like or like you can watch the rest.
Yeah.
But I don't have a YouTube channel. I need to make like that's what I was telling my boyfriend today. I was like, I need to make one. Like I need to like create one. Like because I sometimes can watch them and sometimes I can't. So I know if once I make an account,
Yeah.
it's more easier to have access to like watch.
Yeah, because they tell you to sign in some videos and stuff. They it just the way they it's
Yeah.
the
So
way they
yeah.
rate them are set up. But so anyhow, what was I getting at with that? Oh, um, no, I completely lost what I was gonna say. That's why I asked you I asked you that question for a reason. Um, for the no, see, I drew a blank. My bad. That's my bad.
Okay.
But so we have. Well, yeah, I think the consensus is everybody's basically on hold in all the shows and everything else, and we're all stuck. And oh, that's what it was. I was gonna say, and this is reason why I'm doing the interviews, and because I need content, for my YouTube. And right now, what better time to get to know models to promote your guys's, I have your Instagram, her Instagram link, everybody also, and every time is going to be in the information underneath the video. So you go on YouTube and you click the info button, there's a link directly to her Instagram. And you have a Facebook as well.
Yes, I do. So I have a Facebook account, Sharina Costa.
Hmm.
So I have that one, and I'll post it today. I'll like post it on my story, my Facebook account, on my Instagram page.
All right. And um well, like anything else, when we got to meet up and work together, like more solid, and spend some real time taking some photos, and all that,
Yeah, so,
eventually gonna happen, but we just gotta wait it all out. That's the hardest part.
yeah. Just gotta wait on our president and the government to give us okay. Like we're able to be free. I feel
Yeah.
like we're all on house arrest.
Yeah, exactly. That's it right now. It's like only very limited to everything. I do work every day, and it's really limited, and then when I have to do other things, it's weird. It's just a weird feeling being out there. Like whenever I have to go to the store, it's just honestly, it's like a somber feeling. I mean, people are polite, people keep their distance, but you just look around and it's just, to me, it's just really like low morale. Like everybody just don't even know
Yeah,
what to do
very.
with themselves.
Yeah, it's very depressing. Like it's that's why like I try to stay. I watch. I stay on more Instagram than Facebook because I
Mhm.
don't know why, but Facebook feels like it's more like negative and more just it can hit you with anxiety. Just people with their theories and negativities. It's like right now it should be a wake up call for people. Like be
Yeah.
more humble, just be more grateful what you have, what you're able to still have. People are losing their jobs daily. People's hours are being cut. I mean, it's hitting everywhere. Everybody's like now having to homeschool their kids. Me, I am not a teacher, so it's been hard. My kids ask me to help them with their online, and it's hard. I haven't been to school forever, and everything's different. So it's like just be humble, be grateful, be patient, and just take all this extra time with your family, and take advantage of it.
Exactly. He just reminded me. I forgot. I had a. I have to print out a packet for my son. He lost his packet. If he's second grade, but he lost his math packet, so now I have to print it out, and he's got to do it all over again. I was supposed to do that today, and I forgot. I'm all now. You made me remember. No. But yeah, homeschooling is it's interesting. It's pretty interesting to see and to get the kids to do stuff, and um, you know, it sure will refresh your memory. That's for sure. Looking at all this stuff and trying to help them out, and you're just like, oh, but I guess that's the reality check that we all, learning is consistent, and if we don't take time to educate ourselves, then we do forget, have to refresh, but we can do it again.
Yeah.
So, is there any other advice you would extend to any of the models that are maybe looking to get into the lowrider car shows?
Just I always think is the smartest thing is reach out to the photographers. Like, you get on Instagram, you know, you can see hashtags, you can follow other models that are in the lowrider business, follow the photographers. Like, you want to get that exposure and everything, photographers are the ones that are going to make you, when they get that one badass shot right there, it's perfect, so that does a lot, so I always say, reach out to the photographers, meet with car clubs, like, ask permissions, if you can shoot for their rides, follow the car clubs, follow other models, if you're comfortable enough, message them, asking them,
Mhm.
tips or like, hey, what's the next car show or,
Exactly. And don't touch the cars without permission.
yes,
uh,
always ask.
always ask if always ask, and at any time, if it's there's a lot of times what people don't know is that sometimes the girls look like they're touching the car, but they're not. That's because they don't have permission. But you make it look right. The photographer makes it look right, and it looks fine. So definitely, and always ask if the wife's there. Always ask her permission.
Yeah, always. That's like the most important thing, ladies. Like, respect the wife, because I don't care what anybody says. The wives are the ones that call the shots. So don't be, don't smile, don't be acting like you're bougie, whatever. You better respect them because you're rude to them. You're not going to be able to shoot with their husband's lowrider. Like, that's simple.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they call the shots. So that's always, I tell everyone, be humble, don't be rude, don't be stuck up, smile. That's the way you
Exactly.
would smile at a shoot. Smile, introduce yourself too.
Hmm.
I've done that plenty of times. I see them, and a lot of people don't believe me, but I am shy. I'm a shy person. I
Hmm.
get so like, but I do. If I'm like, hey, I'm Sharina, I'm Indian Princess. I've met so many people because I'm so like laid back. I'm a people person. I introduce myself. I'm not stuck up. I'm not rude. I see you. I'm like, hey, I feel bad when I get messages like, I saw you, and they get to say hi to you, and I'm like, oh, like, I'm like, dang, like, yeah, you're right next to me, and I'm like, I feel bad because it wasn't me being stuck up. It wasn't me not seeing you. We are distracted, like shooting and everything going on, but I'm always like, next time say hi.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't be,
I get that a lot. I get that as a photographer and different people that I talk to, and I know, like, after the fact, I get a lot of messages, and I'll get a lot of messages. Hey, I seen you at the show. I didn't want to bother you. I just you were busy, you know, this or that. And then you ever get a lot of people come up to you and they start talking to you like they know you, and then like later on you realize who they were because you only seen them on Instagram.
Yes, and I'm like, oh my god, I know. I'm like apologizing. I'm so sorry. I was like, hey, but I know your IG name.
Ah, exactly, exactly.
Yes, it's like, and I do. I feel like crap. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, because I don't want people thinking I'm stuck up or mean. And I've even had people tell me that too afterwards. Like, and the cool girl, we thought you were like mean. And I was like, it's the like chola eyebrows, huh?
Oh wow.
And they're like, no, we got to meet you. You're like, you're so laid back. You're so cool. Like, you're not stuck up. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And I get it. If you don't know someone, you do. People judge. It's normal. We
Yeah,
all do it. We don't mean to intentionally, but it happens. So when they like tell me that they are real sweet and I was so cool and they're like, hey, it's like, that means a lot to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, now they got to know who I am. So at the next car show, they're like, hey, get at me or we're going to have, our rides over here. And I'm like, all right. And that's what I like too is like I promote the car show. That
hmm,
helps me with who I'm in a model with too because I can be like, oh, okay, I'll have messages from car club members asking me, make me model for my ride. So then I can know, all right, I got to be in that area. I got to go shoot. Sometimes I can't
exactly,
get to everybody, but I'm trying to. I'm like, I got to. I already said I was going to.
exactly. I
So,
think I think a lot of people, there's times when you see like the photographer and the model like trying to get to a certain area, and it's like we walk through one and they're like, oh, we got to go over here. Or like somebody asks, hey, can you, I mean, I've even seen where like guys came up, is like, I'll give you $20 to go model on my car. Where's your car? On the other side. Okay. And then we're just trying to get over there, straight over there. And then it's like, we got to say no to people and stuff like that to get things done. And it seems like we're being rude, but we're just trying to get to where we're going. And if we stop, if like a lot of times the models are like, okay, we got to get from here to there. Okay. And then it's like, go. And then everybody's like, can you take a picture? Get to picture? Like, hold on, hold on, hold on. We'll be, and we don't make it back, and I think the biggest thing too is when I'm taking pictures, like people ask me, oh, is this your model? Or can you take it? Or I'm like, you got to ask her. Like, ask her. Don't ask me, ask her. That's up to her. If you're gonna go take a picture for someone, and unless they ask, like, can they ask me, like, can you take a picture of her with my car? I'm like, yeah, but a lot of times they'll ask me permission. I'm like, you got to ask the model. It's up to her. I'm going with the flow. It's the same thing.
I know how that goes, that distraction. You're trying to get to it and you're like, and then you wind up like, wow, I was trying to get to that end of the other side and I'm still over here and somehow I landed on the west side.
Uh,
Trying to get outside. Yeah, that's so true.
yeah, I mean, there's just times when there's a show so big, you just can't stop everywhere. And you try, but it's
Yeah.
like you got to crisscross and everything else. And then you don't, what's over here, who's, this or that. And so a lot of times I'll do some video work in the beginning of the show. And so I see certain vehicles where I'm like, oh, that's car. I want to, or this is going to look good. Or if I get pictures, I want to put a picture of a model here or there. So it's kind of like, okay, let's go to this place. Let's go like this side. There's this one car I want to get a shot with you with because the model's outfit. So there's a lot of other things into it than other than just like picking and choosing. It's not really favoritism. It's just what what we think looks good. And it's not to say a certain car don't look good, but it just at the end of the day, we're trying to be creative. And it's hard to do because it's all in one show and you can't repeat that. You can't go back the next day to
Yeah.
do it.
And then you're not just taking pictures of models and cars, you're getting pictures of families, and kids. Like there's so many kids that I see like dressed up so cute
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm even distracted. Like, hold up, wait, I want to take a picture of this because it's
Exactly.
so cute. So I get it. Like it's but it's so much fun. Like that's like I always tell my friends and my boyfriend and my family, I love it because it's just I'm a people person, so it's
Mhm.
something I love to do. I look forward to it. It's kind of like a family reunion. Like,
Exactly. And
oh
and
shit,
that it
you
is
know,
like that.
so it's like, oh hey, I seen you here in Albuquerque, oh I seen you here in California, oh I seen, it's cool, like, oh, what's the next show you're gonna do? So it's nice, like,
Mhm.
and then I always see it like it's an easy vacation getaway, you
Yeah,
know?
because it's fun and I mean it's work, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you a real question before we wrap this up. Here, is there another model that inspired you, or um, just in general, like you would love to meet that you have never met?
Yeah, there's so many. Girls, there's so many good ones. Honestly, like, it's crazy to say is I looked up to Dazzle
Mm-hmm.
when I was younger. Yeah, and I was like, I would, my parents used to work the car shows. Like, they would have a food booth.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, like, I see like the magazines, and everything. And I was always like, oh my gosh, she just looked like this perfect person, like I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then who would guess I meet her like at the Arizona Supercar Show a couple years, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago.
I mean, oh my gosh. And she's like so laid back, so humble.
Yeah.
And it was like so cool. She was like, oh my gosh, you look so cute. She's like, oh my God, I love your outfit. Come on, we're gonna go take some pictures. I mean, I was like, oh, like it happened so fast. I was like, oh my gosh, is this happening? And
Oh
we got
wow.
those pictures, and oh my gosh, and like we became friends, like, and it's so crazy. I'm like, dang, I used to follow her, and now it's like, I'll message her, she'll message me, and I see like all her like her history, like her traveling, modeling, being all over the world.
Yeah,
And I'm just
exactly.
like, wow,
I mean,
and then she
she
was
was
like,
it when I was in high school. That's when I had all the Lowrider magazines. That was like my high school years.
that was everybody's.
I know.
I know even my dad was like, oh, I remember her. And then when I showed my parents pictures, my dad was like, watching it, he was like, wow. And he was like, she looks exactly the same. He was like, and he was like, yeah, that's good. I was like, I know. And then, and I was actually this summer, my daughter she's still, she's going to graduate, but
Hmm.
everything that's happening, we
Yeah.
don't know about graduation ceremony. And so we were planning for her graduation. Like, she wanted to go to, like out of the country and everything.
Yeah.
And she wanted to hit up like Amazon. And Daz is actually a big supporter of that. Like, she travels, like
Hmm.
she's a rescue for like animals, yeah, wildlife, everything. And so I was like, wow, like I was like looking forward to that because I was gonna, get, advice from her, what places to, where to go. And she actually told me like what places to go, because my daughter was like, I want to go to Amazon, like, so
Yeah.
that's been on a hold now too. But it's just so crazy, like how everything happened. But yeah, that's who like inspired me was Daza, and look, I'm actually friends with her now.
That's awesome. And I'm gonna tell you, this was totally just a random question, but I have to promote the fact that on Friday, my Friday phone call interview will be with Daza. So,
It is?
yep, I confirmed
Oh
it
my
last night.
goodness.
Yep,
Oh my
I
gosh.
talked to her
That
last
is
night
like
on
so
Instagram.
amazing.
Yeah,
And
I
that's so
know.
cool. We're talking about it right now.
I know. I know. I never met her.
Oh
I
my
never
gosh.
went to none of the major car shows when I was younger. I didn't really start doing. I was always in the lowriders. I always was out in the cruising and
Hmm.
everything like that. But I never went to car shows. I didn't. I only went to like maybe the one. Actually, I went to the last lowrider magazine car show they had here in San Jose, California, at the Santa Clara Convention Center. It was the last lowrider car show they had. That was the last. That was like the first major car show I ever went to in out here. But I never
Wow.
really did a car shows. I was always out in the cruising though. I was always that was my scene. And but yeah, it just so happened, like I said, I asked you that question. I didn't know who you were gonna say, but yeah. So Friday, I'm gonna have her on. Um, so one other question. Somebody asked, have you ever gotten um a jealous wife from modeling on someone's car? You ever get that?
Mm, no. Um, I mean, I did have one incident, and it was like a girl making up a story,
Hmm.
but the wife was so like she was cool. She messaged me, she asked me, and I screenshot like, no, look, I don't have
Mhm.
no messages,
Yeah.
and now me and her are actually friends, and she even said she was like, yeah, I think it was like low key hating,
Oh
and
yeah. You know how that goes.
she just said, yeah, she just said her friends don't look at her weird about how she thinks it's cool that girls model her husband's ride, but she's okay with it. And I told her, girl, you know what? That's y'all's marriage. That's y'all's relationship. Nobody should like judge you or tell you, oh, I can't believe you're allowing your husband to do that. I
Yeah,
said
I
because
hear
it's
that a lot though. There's a lot of women that hate like that. Like, oh,
yeah,
you took that many pictures. Obviously, there must be something going on. It's like, dude,
yeah.
come
But
on now.
that wife, I had like mad respect for her. And we're friends now. We follow each other and everything. And she was like, thank you. And I told her thank you too. 'Cause she could have been hateful. She could have been ugly or blasted me or not, but she went like as a woman,
Yeah,
and she had told me, her friend had said that. And I was like, I don't even know who your friend is. And I was like, wow. And I was like, no, girl. That time I was single. I was like, my whole focus was just like modeling and working, my
hmm,
kids, and making money. That was it, and traveling.
yeah,
Like I didn't have a personal life. I didn't have that time because the time I had was like when I came back in town was with my kids.
yeah,
And so I was like, wow, for someone just to judge me by my picture because I modeled, and that's not even your husband, honey. That's, not getting you're looking out for your friend, your homegirl, but don't make up stories because it can cause a big mess. It can start drama where it shouldn't have been.
yeah,
But I liked how she messaged me about it, and I was like, no, and I showed like, look, this, and she was like, thank you, and she was like, yeah,
hmm,
she's like, I didn't. She even said she was honestly, I really didn't believe it either. When I met you, I was like, you were so sweet, you were respectful, you weren't. And I was just like, wow, I told her, well, as much as like I want to know who the girl is, I don't want to know
yeah.
because um, I I can get ugly, especially when you put bad on my name. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. Like,
Oh,
people that lie and make up stories like that, it's
it's
better
unhappy
than the
people.
people.
Unhappy people.
Yeah. So and it was cool, So, but that was like the only time I've never had problems. But I've also always met like the wives, the girlfriends.
Hmm.
So I've never had that issue.
Yeah, I think that's key. I mean, it's key, but at the end of the day, most wives and girlfriends know that's part of the scene. I mean,
Yeah.
and the models draw attention to the car, and the car, you know, may belong to a car club. Somebody wants, and it's all part of making your car noticeable, seen, people to get it online, people, all that stuff. Everybody, I mean, if I take a picture of a car, there's people that'll come up to me cars. Oh, you took a picture of me like last year, my car, and thank you, and so on and so forth. Or my car was in your video, and and then it's like they thank me for it, and it could just be the car. It's just a picture of the car, or the car, just the car in the video, and because they work hard, they love their vehicle, they spend money on their vehicle, they want to be seen, and that was what magazines, the whole concept of getting your car into Lowrider magazine was about, so that everybody around the world, there's people there that are seeing and recognizing your car, your work, your family investment. And so the modeling goes with that, because it's part of something I think a lot of people don't get. Like, to them it's like, oh, it's just this female on a car, or she's dressed like this or dressed like that, whatever, whatever. But it works together. Just like,
Yeah.
the modeling you do, people start booking you, and paying for, to fly out, or you know wanting to pay for a shoot, and so on and so forth. All that works and comes together. It's not always glamorous and stuff as people think, but it's work. It's still a hustle.
Yeah.
So, well, with that being said, um I really appreciate you taking the time to call in. It's what, 9:45 over there?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but in California right now, 7:45, 2 hours difference. But I really do appreciate you taking the time to call in, talk with me, and share some stuff about yourself here on my YouTube channel. And um, yeah, I mean, we'll work together soon, hopefully. In when these
Yeah,
shows kick
hopefully it'll
back
be a
on,
show by end of this year. Hopefully.
something, something.
Yeah.
Like I said, if
Well,
there ain't
thank you.
shows, if there's not gonna be any major car shows, and we can start just doing things, I might just start taking off and just doing straight shoots with the cars instead of car shows. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Well, thank you for interviewing me. I had fun too, and this was fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, keep in touch, and and stay safe over there.
You too. You take care.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you again. Good
All right.
night.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right. So that was Indian Princess on Instagram. Okay. You guys go follow her. Stop being little haters. And Friday. Let me check here. Yes. Daza. The one, the only Daza will be, and she will confirm it if you go to her Instagram, because I'm gonna send something and put something up, and then she'll share it. But yes. Let me see here. Let me just give you the time that we agreed on. We said Friday, 8 p.m. So we agreed 8 p.m. on Friday. Just give you time to get home, traffic if there's any, and tune in. So definitely come back and check that out. I don't have anybody for tomorrow, so there won't be any phone interview tomorrow that I know of. As of right now, go follow my Instagram, go follow my Facebook, Peaches Lowriders, um, and share, like all that good stuff. Go to the website, check out the pictures, go get shirts. I know times is tough. I know you got all your money's going to toilet paper right now, and shit like that. But gas is cheaper, so you might be able to afford a shirt or a hat. www.pincheslowriders.com. Go there, order something. Got all kinds of shirts. Just hit me up. Email me, Eric. Okay. You're on here. I thank you. I appreciate for all your questions, all your support. You're on here almost every time I'm on live. I really do appreciate it. Email me. So, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. For everybody that's checking this out now, everybody that's going to check this out, I appreciate you guys following me. Please subscribe, share the videos on your social media. All that stuff helps me. I really appreciate it. And I'm working hard to get other stuff going. And as for interviewing the promoters and people like Joe Ray and stuff like that, I'm going to be doing stuff like that on my other podcast when I start getting that together. Matter of fact, I got to start. I have scheduled. I'm going to be doing some recording for that soon, hopefully this week or this weekend, for some show promoters for car shows that may or may not happen in this year. But we're going to talk about all that stuff on my Custom Vida podcast, and go follow that. Go subscribe to that YouTube channel for me, because be ready. I'm changing everything up. I'm going to start working on this so I can get this going. So, once again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you very much. You guys all have a blessed night. Be safe. Stay 6 feet away from each other. Wash your damn hands. Quit being so chicken shit. Don't leave unless you have to. And you know what? Wash your car. Get it ready. Take some time. Baby that thing. If you got nothing else to do, ain't got no money to buy car parts, unless you got a stimulus check, I'm not getting one. But just do the damn thing. Spend the money on your kids or pay some bills. All right. Peace. Thank you again. Good night.